You know, I really like the car I commented being Polish on. It's in my genes, I can't help it. We pull up at a dystopian petrol station, but not before recording some Russian dashcam footage. How does that even happen? Uncle Lester, who is definitely giving me the grooming Franklin vibes, tells me to murder some people. Is that what Americans do? Find a shady and apparently rich redditor and you do some illegal stuff for a nice house? You Western spies are weird. But well, after earning a life sentence we escape the police and Lester pays us a nice 7k. What could we do with such money? Change that yee ass haircut for one thing. I believe the Gulag slave will work extremely well with what I'm planning to do. Also, is it just me or does Franklin kinda look like Shrek? Anyway, it's time for a clothing change. Comrade Franklin acts like a Gopnik, so he might as well become one. This is the end result. A nice black and yellow tracksuit will make Franklin a very easy target. I mean, he will be feared on the streets, yes. We switch to Trevor cause I wanna do a mission. On our way to the apartment where we can start it, some unknown number calls and now we gotta do something else. That's why you never pick up strange phone numbers, kids. It might be American government agents trying to get you to do something they wouldn't so their hands are clean. Guess what? Mikey's there too. Trevor calls Mikey a pork chop, which for some reason really annoys Mikey boy over here. Conti McGee shows us some dude he probably kidnapped from Yemen. No wait, that's the guy we kidnapped from those other guys that probably kidnapped him from Yemen. Basically, Trevor's gonna torture him while Mikey and slightly fatter Nicolas Cage are gonna use the Yemen dude's information to do something. I don't know, wasn't really paying attention cause I was licking my desk. As Mikey, we go to Pacific Bluffs, capturing Russian dashcam footage too, obviously. We pull up and call the guy who doesn't like your mama jokes. We come back to Trevor, who's probably gonna have the same experience as going to an AK shop. Trevor makes the Yemen guy suddenly need an appointment with the dentist. It looks like it hurts like hell, but he's from the Middle East. And what does that mean? It means American bombers could be carpet bombing his entire country and Western spies wouldn't care. Yemen guy tells us who to look for.
You see anyone down there who might be an Azerbaijani?
Fuck do I know? You might be an Azerbaijani for all I know. What's one look like?
They look Eastern.
Half this town looks Eastern, Davey. You got the fall of the Shah and the collapse of communism to thank for that.
Anyone stand out?
No, they all kind of blend in. Make a call, Dave.
That's exactly what I expected from an American. We go back to Trevor, who decides he's gonna turn Yemen guy into the Electro Wizard from Clash Royale. But did he really have to go for his nips though? First he's touching Franklin, who's like 30 years younger without saying no homo, and now this? Trevor, you got some things to explain, comrade. Let's fast forward a little to when we kill the target, cause I don't wanna get my first channel strike when I only got 12 subscribers. Trevor drives Yemen dude to the airport and just dumps him there. Like, what does he expect him to do? Sell his kidney for a ticket back to Yemen? Now that we're back home, which is where I wanted to go instead of killing Azerbaijanis, let's begin that mission. The conversation was borderline crackhead talk. My steam engine monkey brain has no record of what just happened. All I learned is that the teddy bear died a noble death and Trevor pulled his pants down to assert household dominance. Like, what the fuck? Oh, and Trevor says he's that kind of person. Like, dude, do I look like I understand women? The piece just does that mean? Somehow we end up going to the docks looking for something to steal. Comrade who works there is like, hey yo, what you wanna steal? And Trevor is like, I don't know. I swear, if Trevor worked with Nazi Germany, the Allies would have never cracked the enigma. All they had to do is put Trevor in charge of encrypting messages. D-Day would be coming around and Trevor would be there just bombing a restaurant in Paris to tell Hitler Normandy is where it's at. The Allies wouldn't have a bloody clue. I doubt Hitler would either, but anyway, let's move on. We go there and do some proper work like a normal member of society. Except we don't, cause Trevor is anything but that, and we do a thorough reconnaissance effort on a private militia guarding a freighter, presumably with high value or high tech or both on board. Or a nuke, you never know. We come back with a cool suitcase and find Wade, who is... I don't even wanna know, to be honest. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Maybe a boy ate too much beans. We disrespect some property and huzzah, a planning board. Wow. Now we go meet up with the crew and the government dudes. Agent Twat calls us all cunts, Nicolas Cage says the government is corrupt, and the reactions are gold. Twat says some corrupt dudes are corrupting money and it might lead to open warfare on the streets or something. And because of that he needs an unhinged psycho, Fatty McGee and Gopnik Shrek to rob a government armored car. I hope you got that, cause I didn't. Gang crashed at our place to talk about the port heist thing. After a few solid minutes of communicating by unironically insulting and cursing at each other like apes, we enact the plan. We drop off Frankie at the bridge so he can cover the boys from the private army chilling at the bottom. Mikey's job is to sneak aboard, plant some bombs and sink the ship. Obviously halfway through someone screws up and everyone is alerted. However, we get the job done and masterfully achieve terrorism. Do I get an achievement for that? Trevor comes in his little sub and steals a container. I like that container. That's a nice container. We extract it and here comes angry Uncle Lester, who appears to be Canadian, cause how the hell is he not feeling cold in this thing at night? His cheeks are sticking out and everything. Lester says we basically stole an experimental super weapon, which is a no-no apparently, so millions of dollars of damage later, we gotta return it, bro. Anyway, it's time to disrespect women, I mean transform Mikey. We're gonna do the same thing we did with Shrek, i.e. turn him into a professional tracksuit wearing Gopnik. This is the end result, gulag coat and dark grey tracksuit, glorious. Now we're gonna do the job for the most likely very corrupt government guys. It's so nice seeing both Mikey and Shrek embrace the Moscow drift. Mikey explains the plan and...
At least we're not wearing clown outfits. There's a plus.
Right, the masks.
What?
Let's see what we got here. Huh?
Real professional.
Mikey proceeds with the being a menace to society part. Monkey Man does the gonna get 25 years in prison for this part. Obviously the cops come and an epic battle ensues, one certainly worthy of one of my insurgency videos. We escape in the most heroic vehicle of planet Earth. Seriously, we need more of these on the road. Or people could just throw their garbage into the public bins provided. Is this seriously such an issue that is physically impossible to do? We escape and deliver. This guy is like nah, stay, I got a job for you. Mikey's like, I don't feel like it, Jimbo, but he's like, I'll hook you up with a movie director if you do. Sounds like a great investment of my time, let's do it. And guess what? Mikey calls the squad and meets up with this dude who likes to steal cars, so obviously I assume he is a Polish immigrant. Basically, Franklin gets in a quick car. We meet the guys who own the cars we wanna steal on the motorway. Gopnik Shrek is like, hello fellow fast car owners, wanna race? And the imbeciles are like, sure unknown person that looks like Shrek, let's race. As the hooligans pass by, Mikey and the unhinged one dressed as cops get on the chase cause, you know, speed limit laws and stuff, Germans can't relate, so you guys can just skip this bit. After the torture that was trying to catch these guys, they pull over. Trevor does some Hollywood level acting, imagine his life if he wasn't crazy, while Mikey just screams. But well, we got the cars now. The gang drives them back to our new boss who gives us a new job, but before we do that, we gotta make Trevor embrace this love life. The end result is questionable. I give him shiny sunglasses and a blue tracksuit. We disrespect the personal space of a fellow citizen and get on with that car job. Trevor gets in the chopper, we do some scanning and find the dude we are after. He leads us to the place where he hides the car. Franklin tries to steal it, but it doesn't work and a high-speed chase is on, which is boring as hell, so let's just skip to the part where we get it. Your boy was hiding in a multi-floor garage, but we had the power of technology on our side, and we catch the urod. Whack. Franklin jacks the car and we drive to the airport to meet the boss. We pull off a sick drift, and instead of praising my driving skills, he starts shit-talking my Gopnik friends and claiming he's the embodiment of opportunity, like okay, give me a loyal YouTube audience then. We switch over to Mikey who just woke up and why are you putting on a suit, you complete debil, what's the tracksuit I got you for? After this tragic event, more so than the Holocaust I may add, we go to that movie director guy, Solomon. What kind of name is Solomon anyway? What's important is Mikey is a fan of his movies and stuff. You know, I don't really know if I would want to meet the guys I worship, I'm a fan of. Sabaton fan here by the way. I mean, when you meet them, like, what am I gonna say? That I'm a fan? They probably hear that on a daily basis. Give them a topic for a song? They got an entire page dedicated to that on their website. Besides, I'm an introvert, so obviously I'm garbage at small talk, it will be super awkward. For now, I'd just rather appreciate them from a distance, and by that I mean blasting their songs on full volume on a speaker while I'm taking a shower. Believe me, if you don't do that, you're missing out on life, my comrade. Anyways, Solomon is whining about how the cheap crew he bought is causing him hassle and Mike is like, challenge accepted. And what does that mean? Mikey sneaks up to some guy, whoops his ass harder than a drunk husband his wife in 1926, and board the heli with the actor inside. We fly like a drunk maniac, so basically a Russian, until he agrees to go back to the set. Soon after we do this, Martin Madrazo calls and gives us a job. Like, how much can a person do in a day? Didn't even get paid for anything that we did. This is even worse than a full-time job at McDonald's. We go to his room at Villa and so does Trevor. Slow down, you lunatic. We enter and instantly witness an old man shouting at his wife. His front door must be a time machine cause goddamn, we went from 2022 to 1950 in a matter of a few spoken words. Martin says his cousin or whatever is gonna testify against him. I don't even know what that means, but he wants him dead, so I guess we are the people for the job. I'm pretty sure Trevor could do the work very well by himself. Why doesn't Mikey just go home and do some yoga or whatever he does in his free time? We accept, witness more verbal domestic abuse, and leave. Madrazo set up some anti-aircraft gun for us to use so we can pull off the Ukrainian passenger jet prank. Mikey shoots the bad boy's engines and is gonna crash any second now. Trevor chases it on a dirt bike, and this part was actually very cool, I enjoy. I didn't even know there was a little canyon here. Did you know that there is a little canyon here? I'm so happy to share this information that consists of the knowledge of the existence and coordinates of a small canyon. The surprisingly sturdy jet finally crashes in a grapeseed. Trevor snatches the files. As Mikey, we pull off a sick drift and meet Trevor. This orangutan with a terrible haircut stole the car and kidnapped Martin's wife cause he didn't pay. To be honest, she's probably being treated nicer while kidnapped by Trevor than she's at home. Now, obviously, this little prank is gonna cost us our life if we don't lay low, so I guess we are gonna play as Franklin for a little while. We still have to get 2 more cars for Bossman, so let's just do these real quick. We go to the movie production place. We attempt this sneaky breaky and it even works. We steal their really nice looking car, and we even got a woman for free as well. Unfortunately, she was talking too much, so we just, you know. Why is this even installed in the car? Someone could get hurt. We deliver the car, which is more red than the flag of communist China. We return to Shrek's new home, get high obviously, change clothes and go to Mikey's house. He's not there, so we call him and he explains the entire situation. Ron comes over and says there's some Merryweather guns to steal, so unsurprisingly Trevor gets a bowler and we go steal it. We enter the pride of the Belarusian Air Force and fly to the cargo plane. And then into the cargo plane. And that's the Belarusian Air Force gone. Trevor goes apeshit and starts shooting everything with the central nervous system. We hijack the plane, but unfortunately some jet fighters come and they weren't happy. The audacity those pilots had, man. And bravery too, they picked a fight with Trevor. The plane crashes into the Alamo Sea, which is a lake. Great naming, Rockstar. Back home, Ron calls and says some federal agents came knocking around, which means that it's time to meet with Nicolas Cage and the other guy. They expect us to steal some chemical weapons from terrorists or something. They list the gear, including a chopper, and say we gotta get it ourselves. Like, okay, guess we're gonna reveal the ancient art of pulling money out of our ass so we can afford such a vehicle. We go to Paleto and meet Uncle Lester. We investigate a local bank and even test the police response time. And I would like to end the video on the food poisoning note. Subscribe to Life of Boris and Slava Ukraini.